Hi everyone, how are you? I just wanted to take a few quick minutes to show you how you can make great videos easily. How'd you like me getting that tagline in there for Animoto? This has to do with my sports shorts wrap up that I put in my newsletter each week to highlight the athletes and the games that they're playing. And I just want to show you a quick, easy way to do that. One of the things it does is it really works on engaging the school community and engaging the students. And so forth. So here's how I do it. I take, typically when I was at my last school, I used just the Life Touch, the stock Life Touch photos, and they're a photography company that they would take at sports games. They'd be candids. And as you can see down here, this is the splash page of Animoto when I log in and do it. And so you can see these different pictures of the students. But what I do now is we have an individual that goes around and she puts them all on Flickr. And so I look at this throughout the course of the week, and you notice there's quite a lot of photos, which one of the things I really like about that is it gives me the opportunity. She codes them all, and it gives me the opportunity. There's 404 photos here to pick some really good photos of the students and then put them into a movie. So basically what I'll do is open up one of her albums. I'll go through, and you'll see there's all kinds of different pictures of the students. And I look for action shots. And now, just as an aside, I have my 9-year-old work on this. He likes to pick the pictures for me and put them together in Animoto. So that gives you an idea of how quick and easy Animoto can be. And I told him as a guideline, pictures that you look at and go, oh, that's a cool picture. Those are the pictures you want. Of course, I told him, as long as they're positive for us, then you can put them in. So basically, if I select a photo, I just hit that, I hit download, and it goes into my downloads. And then what I do from there is I usually put them into my Dropbox. So let me get out of this for you. Go to my Dropbox, and I put them in pics, and you'll see that I have sports shorts here. And so I open that up, and I have all my pictures. Now what I do is I go through all the albums and just keep dumping them in here, dumping them in here, dumping them in here until I get them. Sometimes I get too many, and so I have to cull them out. I have to come down and make decisions. Rule of thumb for that is I try not to get too much of the same student, and I really try to get those nice action shots. So what I do is once I have that, I have all those pictures, I open up Animoto, and then I go ahead, and you may notice some of the same because those are last week's pictures. I go to Create. I open up Create, and if you've never used Animoto before, you'll soon see how slick it is. If you have, you'll realize how slick it is. And then I just hit Create. And so once you hit Create, it's going to give you all kinds of choices, and it's going to start with recommended for education. I leave that there, but then browse by categories where I really get to have some fun. I hit all because I have a few I like for sports. Because then you can put some good music with it. But so I'll go down, and I've used the future, I've used fire. And if you hover your mouse over, it'll show you the different pictures you get. One of the ones I didn't realize would be pretty cool was Dusk Retreat, because as you can see, and if you click it, it gives even a better shot. What it does, and it plays the music for you while it's doing it. That's just a suggested music because you can change it. I know you can't hear it now, but that's okay. The reason I liked that is because it showed a clear picture of the student, and then it had a larger blurred out picture of either the same or different students behind it. So that worked really good. I chose that one. And if you want that, you just hit Create Video. And what it's going to do is give you a big board that you can use. And now, just to show you the versatility of this, I used this for my mother's 70th birthday party we put together. Kind of this is your life type of video. And I did that. You can add extra songs for extra pictures and so forth. Now, you'll notice you have a menu over on the side here, okay? If you don't want to use that, just click Add Videos and Text. So you can put in text slides if you want to make the movie. But I always just do pictures. I don't bother with text. And then you'll notice you can upload. I don't know why that clicked off. You can upload from all these social media places. I could upload straight from Flickr if I want. Me personally, I'm not really a user of Flickr. Well, I'm an end user of Flickr in that I use the product from it, but I've never really played around with it. If you use Flickr now, I'm sure you can do this very easily. And then I just hit upload. And what I do is, like I had told you, I go to pics. I have my sports shorts. And this is as easy as it is. I just click in there and I hit Control A for all. And then I just hit open. And we're good to go. So now what happens is it populates them all there. And what I'll do is, and this is completely on your, depending on your taste, on what you want to do, whether you put all sports together, whether you mix them up. You'll notice I've got some soccer, some football, and these are two different soccer games, but I've got football, soccer, volleyball, more football, more soccer. So this is kind of on and off, and not all the same sport. I typically do the same sport. Now, while this is loading, I just want to point out that over here is your timer. So right now I'm looking at 2 minutes and 10 seconds of video, which is about right. You don't really want to creep too close to 3 minutes. Sometimes you'll have a lot more pictures some weeks than others. And some weeks you won't have pictures based on what you're using for the person that generates your pictures or the company that generates your pictures, or if you're in between sports seasons. Now, because I do this, I leave sports out of the other stuff I do. So you have this, maybe you don't like the song, right? And then it'd be too bad if you kept away from a format because you didn't like the song. So with Animoto, you can go up here and change the song. You just click that, and it gives you top songs for the style. It gives you what kind, and you can just play it. You can play a sample and then select it if you want. You can make a heart, and then it'll put it in your favorites. You can see that I have a couple favorites. Electronica stuff usually, and some instrumental, because that is usually sports stuff, that gets it going. So say I select Don't Stop the Music. It changes it to Don't Stop the Music. You hit preview. And what I've done, just to give you an idea, what I was saying before, is one of my sons, my youngest son, he actually puts this together and does it all on his own. And then you get this. Now, I had nothing to do with the fading of the pictures, but remember I told you you'd get that faded out looking back? That's the style that you pick in the beginning. Now, if you like this, you can hit produce. If you don't, you just hit continue editing. You can change the style, which if you look away from the video and look up here, you just click that, and you get a chance to go back and change it to electronica or whatever. If you like it, you hit produce, and then it brings you to the title that you want, which I use sports shorts. Gives you your producer's name, a drop-down date. It's pretty good. A description if you want, which a lot of times I don't use. It gives you 3 different options for video quality. I always do 1080, and then what you do is you download it. And so if I hit 1080 and then I finish, which I'm not going to do because then I'll have this extra one here. If I go back to the home for Animoto for my videos, you'll notice that I have these here, and now I can download it. Typically what I do is I download it and then I put it on my YouTube channel. Now that's a great way to share it. You can share it right from Animoto if you want and direct people to Animoto by sharing it out. You can direct them to your YouTube channel if that's something you have. What I like to do is I have a newsletter. I use S'more. And if you have a newsletter, this is where this comes in really good if you put it on YouTube. So I have this, and what I do is I put it, it's an interactive newsletter with various videos in it, and pictures. And if you go all the way down at the end of my newsletter, and I put it at the bottom on purpose so people read the whole thing. So, so they open up, they get your newsletter and they look, and I just do something quick that I leave there all the time. I change the date, obviously. And then they open the newsletter and they get this look. And it didn't take me very long. And you'll notice that, like I said, I keep the sports all together. And depending on how many pictures I have, I try and spread them out. And I try to get as many sports represented as possible. By doing that, and just as an admission, I used to do just one sport and highlight one sport, but then I missed opportunities to highlight certain sports. So now I just bundle them all together each week. the action that occurred during that week. And so that's there. They can hit YouTube and go to your YouTube channel and watch on YouTube if they want, whatever they feel comfortable for. So there's multiple ways that you can do that. Now, that's it. That's as easy as it is to make a sports shorts wrap up. Now, if you don't want to do sports shorts wrap up, you can do it with any set of pictures. Like I told you, I did it for my mother's 70th birthday party. My kids have done it for other things. You can insert videos into where those pictures go, and it stops and does some video too. So there's a lot of different things you can do if you want to play with it with text. I use it just as a quick in and out, efficient way to highlight my sports and do that. So look, I hope this helped. If it did help, feel free to share it. If you want to watch it on YouTube and you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, go ahead, because I put things like this and messages up. And then if you have any questions about anything I put up, I would be glad to help out and do whatever I can to help you get the word out about your school, tell your school story, and empower the teachers in your building so that everybody can see the great things you're doing. Once again, if you have any questions, I'm the principal at Whitman-Hanson Regional High School in Whitman-Hanson, Massachusetts. This is my email, and it's easiest to reach me at my Twitter, at Dr. C.S. Jones. If you want to reach me on my personal email, it's drchrisSJ at gmail.com. Once again, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. You have a great day.